Here now with reaction. Fox News contributor, a friend, former South Carolina congressman, guy, prosecutor, never lost a case, Trey Gowdy. By the way, it's the second anniversary today. I've got to say congratulations to Quid Pro Quo Joe. Second anniversary of him admitting that he leveraged and shook down the country of Ukraine with $1 billion taxpayer dollars to get a prosecutor he knew investigating his son in Ukraine fired for paying his son's zero experience hunter millions of dollars. I would say there's your quid pro quo, Congressman.
Well, that certainly makes him relevant as a witness. Part of impeachment is setting a precedent for what's going to happen in the future. So if the vice president can make that assertion, then he is relevant as a witness, but so too is President Obama, because I would want to know whether or not he had the authority of the president at the time he made that pronouncement that there'll be no loan guarantees unless the prosecutor is fired. So every time that clip plays of Joe Biden, I just think of more reasons that he is relevant as a witness if the Senate wants to go that route.
Well, that is a point very few people made. I talked about it on radio again today. I brought it up before. You don't believe me? You're not getting the billion. Call Obama. He'll tell you. Was Obama in on this shakedown?
Well, anytime you hear the word unprecedented, what makes me, that makes me wonder, well, does that mean no other president's done it? But if this is really, you know, Adam Schiff loves to say this is an unprecedented abuse of power. Okay, well, that makes what other presidents did relevant. In addition to the credibility of the assertion, it makes it relevant. So if President Obama gave Joe Biden permission to condition loan guarantees on the firing of a prosecutor, then that makes both of them potentially relevant as witnesses.
Do you agree with my constitutional interpretation that if the House has the sole power to impeach and they've impeached the president and they didn't bother to call witnesses, that it's not the Senate's job? Their job is to hold the trial. Now they have their House managers that dressed up. They get to make their case, and they're repeating themselves, and they're even going back to the Mueller report. Then they're playing, you know, their opinion witnesses that wanted to impeach Trump for tweeting the words fake news. Is it the Senate's job to bring in witnesses? They decided not even to subpoena, because I don't believe constitutionally it is.
No, it's the House's job to investigate it, and these investigations take a long time. I mean, this is about the removal of a duly elected chief executive, and they wanted to do it in 3 months. As you and I have discussed in the past, Sean, it's really about putting a handful of Republican senators in really tough re-elects. You also can't call a witness you know is going to invoke privilege. So if you know John Bolton is going to invoke privilege or it's going to be invoked, then you can't call him to then say that.
And that's the president's right. All right.